Here you can see from Johnny Somali saying, I almost forgot, Johnny Somali is actually breaking YouTube's TOS. How? He is guilty of ban evasion. Maybe it's time to let YouTube know about Johnny's violation of YouTube's TOS.
I made a new YouTube and I put in Hank's name, you know what I mean? So technically it's Hank's channel, right? I'm gonna just name it Johnny Jewish. So how are they gonna ban me? It's Hank's channel.
Johnny Somali scammed YouTube. Here's the truth. Yes, what you just heard is totally true. Johnny Somali has actually been scamming YouTube, and it's way worse than most people think. As you already know, Johnny Somali was permanently banned from YouTube a long time ago. His channel termination wasn't just a normal ban, it was a serious one. According to YouTube's official policy, if your channel is terminated, you're not allowed to create another channel without YouTube's permission. Doing so is a direct violation of YouTube's terms of service. But guess what? Since the end of 2024, Johnny Somali has been violating that rule and somehow managing to earn ad revenue again, completely under YouTube's radar. So now the big question is, will YouTube fully ban Johnny Somali again, this time permanently? Or could this create even more legal trouble for him in his upcoming trial? Because I'm about to break down exactly how he did it, how much money he's making, and what might happen next. Let's get started. Johnny Somali got banned from YouTube back in September 2023, and it was completely his own fault. He went viral for doing racist and disrespectful live streams in Japan and South Korea, harassing random people, shouting slurs, and making offensive jokes about tragedies. The final straw came when he made disgusting comments about the atomic bomb during a live stream in Osaka. That clip exploded online, and people demanded YouTube take action. Within weeks, YouTube permanently terminated his channel for hate speech, harassment, and violent behavior. But even after being banned, Johnny didn't stop, and that's where his latest YouTube scam begins. So after getting permanently banned, how did Johnny Somali make a new YouTube channel again? Well, this is where things get crazy. Johnny actually scammed YouTube's system. In one of his own videos, he accidentally exposed himself, showing that he had secretly opened a new channel under the name Hank U. By using a fake name, YouTube couldn't easily track who was really behind the account.
I made a new YouTube and I put in Hank's name, you know what I mean? So technically it's Hank's channel, right? I'm gonna just name it Johnny Jewish. So how are they gonna ban me? It's Hank's channel.
Did you see that? Johnny Somali saying himself that he made the channel under Hank U's name. So how will YouTube actually ban him again? And that's why you still see that Johnny Somali is still posting on YouTube. But just imagine the shady tactics of Johnny Somali in this. If you think Johnny Somali is a fool, you are totally wrong. Demonically, Johnny Somali is a very shady, clever person. But now things get worse. Now everyone dug up what Johnny Somali is uploading, which can make him end up in prison. Even now, everyone is talking about Johnny Somali's YouTube violation. Here you can see from Johnny Somali saying, I almost forgot, Johnny Somali is actually breaking YouTube's TOS. How? He is guilty of ban evasion. Maybe it's time to let YouTube know about Johnny's violation of YouTube's TOS. So even you can see the YouTube policy here. It says, if your channel is terminated, you will get an email explaining the reason for the termination. Participants of the YouTube Partner Program are not allowed to earn any revenue from a channel that has been terminated. YouTube may also withhold unpaid earnings and refund advertisers or viewers for purchases where appropriate. You can even see the part about circumvention of channel termination, which says, if your YouTube channel is terminated, you are prohibited from using, possessing, or creating any other YouTube channel, which is exactly what Johnny Somali did. It also says you are prohibited from letting others whose YouTube channels have been terminated use your YouTube channel to bypass their termination. This rule applies to all of your existing channels, any new channels you create or act on, and any channels in which you are repeatedly or prominently featured. So according to the law, Johnny Somali actually fully violated YouTube's policy. So as you heard all of this, now I can't tell you to report another channel as a creator, but you know what to do. You need to be better. But here I found some captions and thumbnails of Johnny Somali. You can see here, one Johnny titled, I ask Korean girls what they think of Comfort Women statue. And you can see he keeps the thumbnail as him kissing the statue. So just imagine the shady things he is still keeping. Here also, you can see a lot of shady videos he made, causing chaos on the bus, obstructing businesses, and he keeps uploading them on YouTube. At one point, it's not only a YouTube violation, it's also a violation of South Korean law, because as a criminal, Johnny Somali is proving and supplying more criminal videos, which could affect his prison time. Here you can see a lot of comments, even Legal Mindset, saying, I don't think Somali should get any attention on his account. That said, he's clearly attempting to evade a ban and posting old content in what is clearly building up to another incident or return to streaming. All this, rather than accepting his guilt and apologizing. I completely agree with the Legal Mindset here. Another comment says, dude, he is going to be in prison for 12 years. Some TOS means nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. But is it legal for Johnny Somali to be earning money by violating another criminal activity? Guys, you tell me. Now, here you can even hear from Legal Mindset that as Johnny Somali once again uploads videos on his YouTube channel, this could cause serious legal consequences for him.
There is no excuse for Johnny Somali. He knows what this represents. He said he knows what this represents. We're in the middle of the trial, so he can't deny knowledge. He's been told multiple times. He's facing crimes right now, like multiple crimes, right? He knows this. So if he goes out and does this, it's with knowledge of what that represents. There's no more denying it. There's no more pretending. He's been on the record. He's been questioned about this. There's multiple comments. He knows it depicts a child. So if he goes out there and does that, that would fit the definition under the statute.
So, according to the law and the legal theory of South Korea, life in prison can happen under the Youth Protection Act. This can apply if the youth is a man, woman, or any kind of symbol according to the law. Now, as Johnny Somali disrespected and threatened multiple times the Statue of Peace in South Korea, which actually symbolizes a 15-year-old girl, that might lead to life in prison with multiple consequences for Johnny Somali.
Life in prison may happen under the Youth Protection Act. So let me tell you about this act. It protects children and adolescents. This means any child or youth that define it as under 19 years old, as it defines youth and child exploitation material in such a way that could include the Statue of Peace. And it depicts a young teenage girl. They chose to depict a 15-year-old girl to represent the victims at the time they were taken.
So just imagine how brutal it was. Johnny Somali knew about this, but even so, he rudely disrespected the statue. Statue of Peace actually represents a 15-year-old girl, which is a cultural symbol of pride and respect for the South Korean people, honoring their historical sisters. But Johnny Somali totally disrespected it, and even threatened to harass and disrespect the Statue of Peace multiple times. This is beyond disrespectful. If I were in the authorities' position, I would take this charge against Johnny Somali first, because it's literally too disrespectful and humiliating. Something that should be a source of pride and respect for the South Korean people was crossed by Johnny Somali.
So if Johnny Somali goes out there throwing baby oil on it, right? Doing a Diddy dance, calling it a Diddy party, right? And escalating. Once again, he moved from kissing to grinding to dancing. If he goes out there and simulates a sexual act on this statue, which would be the clear escalation.
Not only that, even now, before his trial is coming, he is still uploading those videos. And as you can see from the thumbnails on his YouTube channel, he is still disrespecting the Statue of Peace. Don't you think South Korea's negligence toward Johnny Somali, their ignorance of his actions, is actually giving him fuel to continue his nuisance streaming? Even as we've just seen evidence that Johnny Somali is now scamming YouTube, he knows very well that by uploading videos there, he can make money to sustain his life in Korea and keep making more nuisance streams. It's been more than a year, and Johnny Somali is still out there making money online, yet nothing is happening. Everything seems to be going well for him. Don't you think it's an injustice for all criminals? Because if someone commits a crime, they need to face the consequences. If criminals just get away like this, then no one will think twice before committing a crime since there's no accountability. After this, I would request Korea to take action before it's too late. Guys, let me know your opinions in the comments. Do you think Johnny Somali will be arrested this year, 2025, or will it take until 2050? I'd really like to know your point of view on this one.